How's it? And aloha, your Unc, Burpee Yoga Uncle between Vancouver and Seattle. Is the hidden gem, Taylor Shellfish Farm. They serve the freshest oysters this side of the Pacific. They actually grow their own. I got a chance to go over there to check them out on this road trip. And, you know, it's fabulous. If you like oysters, you should come check this place out. And also, the ride over there from Vancouver down is beautiful as well. So even if you don't like oysters, you can come and check it out. And by the way, I'm your Unc. I do a heck of a lot of burpees and everything else. I travel. So my channel has a little of everything. But this particular one's about eating oysters. And this road here, you gotta check it out. So beautiful. And please don't forget to like and subscribe. And here we go with our trip. Fitness, foodies, and the fabulous absurd. From burpees to Camus. You're never gonna know what you're gonna get from your Unc, Burpee Yoga Uncle. So between Seattle and Vancouver's Taylor's Shellfish Farm, trying to get some fresh oysters, man. I think from the Vancouver border, it took us like about an hour or so to drive down here. It was beautiful. Even if you don't like oysters, you should just stop on this spot just to take a look at the view. And again, they've been around since the 1850s, Taylor Shellfish Company or farm. They do farm all their own oysters, and a little bit down the video, the gentleman is going to explain to you the different type of oysters and stuff like that. And I didn't know a little thing about all the oysters that we're eating here. It was so beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. I just enjoyed the trip tremendously. I looked at the view here, and right now it's like the slow seasons. So I think during the summer, this part of the outside's open, but look at the amount of oyster shells there is. Man, I just enjoyed this trip tremendously. Obviously, I did a few burpees here and there. You'll see in my shorts. Yeah, I was worried that there'll be not enough oysters for us to eat, but I was, you know, there's a different selections you can take a look at here, right there. You can see it all as we're making the order. We're doing the Shucker's dozen. So I got the Kumamoto, Shigoku, the Virginica, and the Pacific. That's what I got. And we also got the gumbo. Yeah, you were saying that they all have different type of shells. You can tell which one it was.
Yeah, so like you had the Shigokus or fats, they're long, smooth, deep cups. Then you had the Kumamotos with the jagged, greenish bottoms. The Pacifics, they're just big and gnarly like this.
That's the one we're ordering
right now, yeah. And those guys are also genetically no different than these.
Really?
They just grow in a different kind of bag.
Oh.
So they grow for 9 months as a Shigoku, 18 months as a fat, and then 3 to 4 years.
No wonder they're more bright. That's why we like the flavor, because it's older.
Well, and that is and isn't something that people tend to like. Sometimes the younger is what people enjoy. It's just like with lamb versus mutton.
Exactly.
The texture will be a little different. They also close an extra time in every tide cycle, so the muscle in the middle that I'm cutting with by shucking here is going to be what gets a little bit tougher, and as a result, it gets more marbled, basically.
Yeah.
Because that's this muscle right here, the adductor muscle. Originally from the Sea of Japan, this is the Pacific oyster.
What? Really?
Yeah, all of ours actually are originally from somewhere else, with the exception of the Olympia. So you got the Pacific there. Actually, the Olympias, these are the only ones native to Washington.
Really?
Let's throw you one for good measure, so you can give them a shot. While the smallest oyster, they are also the oldest oyster. They are 6 years old.
6 years old?
That's right. They take a lot longer, but they're also the biggest flavor on the board.
Really? Well, obviously they're older.
A lot older. They also just have this really distinct coppery taste to them.
Really?
That's this guy right here. I'll give you one of those.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, actually, this farm was one of the first farms they brought the Pacifics over to. They put them out there and thought they failed. Then years later, they came out to find ones as big as their feet.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would
and now
like to eat
they've
those.
basically become our ubiquitous oyster on this coast and the main one we serve.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, what do I have?
You got 4 types, 3 of each of them. You've got the Pacifics on this side, the Kumamotos here, the Virginicas right there, and then the Shigokus. Okay?
Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course.
There's our Shuckers dozen for $33 as of January 2023. Oh my goodness. I can't run the video the way it is because there was music in the background. I don't want to hit copyright because we're mostly eating and not talking a lot. Unlike the last chat that we had with a gentleman who shucked the oysters for us. Each one tastes very different, and we just love the so fresh. My kids love oyster, and they said this is the freshest they've ever had. I mean, really, it's directly from the ocean to our table. I mean, that's how fresh it was. It was a little bit pricey. I can't lie, but you know, hey, you know, it's not like I come here every week to eat, and it's not like I come down to Seattle all the time. So it was a good experience. And you know, at the end of the day, what happened was we found out that out of the 4 that we got, our favorite was the Pacifica or Pacific. That's the one that we like the most. And I think it's because of the age of the particular oyster and the size. We love the brininess, and we love the fact that there was a lot of good texture and size to it. And I'll leave it at that. At the end of the mukbang here, we're gonna go and take a tour outside and inside of the particular Taylor farm that we have here. It's beautiful outside. I mean, again, even if you don't eat oysters, I would suggest you come here just for the view. And again, I'll post a video in the future about my drive from Vancouver down to this particular location. It is such a beautiful drive. I mean, it's just as good as the 101 freeway. To me, this is like the 101A or something. It's it's just stunning. Anyway, thanks a lot for checking out the video, and if you get a chance to come check out Taylor Shellfish Farm in I think it's in Bow, Washington. That's what this particular little town is called. It's between Vancouver and Seattle. By all means, do it, and come during the off seasons, because I know during the summertime or when it's busy, they sell a lot of oysters. All right, thanks a lot for checking us out, and I'll come back for more of our Unc's adventure.